This research paper discussed terrorism on many levels. What types of terroristic attacks can we expect? How long has terrorism been around? What are terrorists looking to accomplish? What terroristic events have changed the world as we know it? And finally, the most important question of them all, how much longer will terrorism continue to exist? These questions and more will be answered shortly. Terrorism is the deliberate creation and exploitation of fear from bringing about political change. Terroristic attacks or the threat of such action have been in existence for millennia. According to political scientists, Jewish zealots were seen as one of the earliest modern terrorists. Their message, way back since Roman imperial officials and all pro-Roman collaborationists, descendants of the Ismaili or Shiite Muslims called Hashims. There was a fallout between the Fahdism and the Nazism in Cairo in 1090 over leadership role. The Nazism fled Egypt after being defeated by the Fahdism dynasty to what is now known as Iran, Iraq, and Syria, and Libya. Their leader, Hassan, established a new known suicidal attack. His instructions had suicidal murders to Iraq top Tutsi leaders. In the 17th century, November 5th, 1605, they detonated a large amount of gunpowder in an attempt to destroy the English Parliament. This plan, however, was uncovered and stopped. This day is celebrated every November 5th. At the turn of the 18th century, the Sons of Liberty were rebels against fighting British rule in colonies. They are most famous for the Boston Tea Party. In 1867, the Irish Republic Brotherhood was a revolutionary nationalist group with support from Irish Americans. Carried out attacks on England. From 1936 to 1948, a militant group which operated out of Palestine smothered Jews in and out. They did this in an attempt for peace. The Iran fought against the British rule of Palestine. The King David Hotel bombing is the most famous attack. The Irish Republic Army, led by Michael Collins, was responsible for 26 countries gathering their independence. The IRA, however, was best known for the bombings and assassination between 1996 and 1997. The military section of the African National Congress was known as the Swedish. This group fought the South African government against the apartheid policies. Their first attacks occurred in December 16, 1961. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for being the leader of this organization. The PLO was formed in 1964, a political and paramilitary organization. Their goal was the elimination of the State of Israel. The PLO is responsible for much of the terroristic attacks, such as the Olympics in 1972 in Munich, West Germany. The Israeli team members were taken hostage. As a result, 11 athletes died, along with one British police officer. This attack thrust the Palestinian causes the world spotlight, set the tone for decades of conflict in the Middle East, and launched a new era of international terrorism. They were later arrested and caused much controversy. Palestinian Liberation Front and Palestinian LBO. Worldwide, the number of terrorist events has diminished. However, the death total at the event has increased. This goes to show how terrorist tactics have evolved to become more efficient. Terrorists are very organized. They plan very well, attacks very carefully. Al-Qaeda spent nearly 5 years planning the 1998 U.S. Embassy bombing in Kenya. Weapons. Bombs are relatively easy to make. They may consist of dynamite, fertilizer mixed with diesel fuel, and black powder. The means of detonation varies, such as remote control, wire command, and time control methods. These bombs can be left in numerous locations. More often than not, terrorist weapons of choice is firearms. They are relatively easy to use and conceal. These may consist of pistols, rifles, semi-automatic machine guns, just to name a few. Rocket-propelled grenades were increasingly used during the 1990s. Armor-piercing projectiles were used to penetrate reinforced vehicles. Bioterrorism is by intentional release or dissemination of biological agents. Toxin, bacteria, and viruses are all types of biological agents. These biological agents may be natural or synthetically made. Synthetically made agents are easy to disseminate, more potent and resistant to current medical treatments. Exposure to bioterrorism attack may not be realized for hours up until days. These agents can be readily transmitted in a number of ways, even through food, water, and air sources. The CDC, Center for Disease Control, has categorized various bioterrorism agents according to their risk to public health and the number of potential victims. Category A, B, and C. Category A involves well-known agents such as botulism, smallpox, and anthrax. Other biological agents such as Ebola, Marburg plague, both Ebola and Marburg produces a viral hemorrhagic fever with no known cure. Ebola casualty rates are 50 to 90%. Multiple organ failure and shock eventually will kill the victims of Ebola. Casualty rate among Marburg is 25 to 100%. Rabbit fever is usually non-threatening. The plague, however, is life-threatening. The plague has taken countless lives since its discovery. Category B has low death rates and are easy to spread. And category C are engineered for mass dissemination. They are easily produced and have potential for high mortality or mobility rate. In 1984, the first known bioterrorism took place in the United States and the city of Dallas, Oregon, in an effort to control local elections. Over 700 people got sick, nobody died. Other attacks included September and October 2001 anthrax scare. As stated earlier, it may take up to several days before we are aware of an attack. Students at the University of Pittsburgh thought of a way to detect bioterrorism. It involves gathering data and sources such as clinics, labs, etc. The name of the detection system is called RODS, Real-Time Outbreak Disease Surveillance. That's it.
You're gonna pass. You're gonna pass. He's gonna pass, teacher.
Thank you, Josh, for that wonderful research paper.